I am pleased to have you return to my Coin Lady channel. We will discuss XRP. Once the price of XRP reaches a very high point, I will also discuss something happening with Bitcoin that could potentially occur with XRP in the future. All these institutions are rushing into the digital age, so it's no surprise that the World Bank is planning to improve its plumbing. Keep in mind that XRP and XLM are considered stable coins by the World Bank to be used under the new system. In the next months, these financial institutions will undergo a dramatic change as India considers banning Bitcoin and emphasizes the advantages of CBDCs. The European Central Bank, ECB, initially announced plans to slap a heavy levy on Bitcoin. Italy is the same way. Even the US Federal Reserve has expressed the opinion that Bitcoin should be taxed, yet, they too do not perceive any value in this cryptocurrency. Consider this, I've said it before, and I'll say it again, CBDC will eliminate any competitors the moment they arrive. Bitcoin is seen by them as a threat. Ethereum is the same way. You should know that XRP and other cryptocurrencies are not rivals to the US dollar when you possess them. In the eyes of a CBDC, it poses no threat. In fact, it improves the value of the US dollar. Just for fun, consider that if anything were to happen right now to boost the value of the US dollar, you could instantly transfer US money to any country on Earth. That is the beauty of XRP. Therefore, no one was compelled to get the mRNA shot, and Executive Order 6102 did not seize gold either. It is not necessary for a government to physically seize your Bitcoin. Institutional Bitcoin, which is simply Bitcoin held by licensed custodians, can have its value reduced and its price lowered by this measure. A government that isn't on board with Bitcoin shouldn't have any reason to seize it, since it can print money as it pleases. However, it does have a reason to work against Bitcoin by making it less secure. The value of whatever they print decreases when faced with tougher and better money, so they have to print more of it, and faster, to compensate. Make preparations in advance. People keep stating that Bitcoin is better than the US dollar, and that's why I always said so. Expect 6102. One day, Bitcoin will be used instead of the dollar. Others take notice whenever those words are uttered. As a result, they will undoubtedly seek to eliminate Bitcoin, particularly upon the arrival of a CBDC. In contrast, I do not envision them employing this strategy in relation to XRP, as XRP generates any new US currency, the current dollar, a digital dollar, or even a new US Treasury dollar. XRP improves it. However, please explain Executive Order 6102. Let me give you an example of when they really use this. An amendment to Executive Order 6102 was necessary because Federal Judge John Woolsey declared that the order was invalid because the President, rather than the Secretary of the Treasury, should have signed it. The attorney from New York, Frederick Barbara Campbell, had more than 5,000 troy ounces of gold in her Chase National Bank account when she tried to withdraw the money. Campbell proceeded to sue Chase after Chase declined. Following Campbell's failure to deliver his gold the following day, on September 27, 1933, a federal prosecutor prosecuted him. Last but not least, Campbell's prosecution succeeded in having Campbell's gold confiscated, since the federal government's jurisdiction to do so was upheld. I believe that the exchanges will eventually inform the US authorities of the amount of cryptocurrency you possess, which is why I advise you to withdraw your holdings from these platforms. For the same rationale, you should always sell XRP at a higher price in order to reinvest at a lower one. The US government receives that information from Uphold. That is what Coinbase informs the US government. You would prefer not to find yourself in this predicament, as they may decide down the road that only institutional investors can transact in cryptocurrency or hold certain type cryptocurrencies in custody. They already know how much crypto you have stored on the exchanges. Maybe it's a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin or Ethereum. They haven't used this executive order yet, so we aren't at this time. Nonetheless, I maintain my belief that they will eventually, and not with your keys or crypto, clear the exchanges of it. They will most certainly use this against Bitcoin holders whenever a CBDC arrives. but I seriously doubt they will ever do it against XRP holders. All cryptocurrencies can benefit from this. Thus, Roger Ver did everything he could under the hazy regulations of the time to pay Bitcoin taxes when he departed the US. Even though it's been years, the government is finally pursuing him. Despite breaching his attorney-client privilege and using sophisticated chain analysis to trace his financial activities, they have yet to inform him of the alleged amount he owes or even offer him an opportunity to settle the matter. This goes beyond Roger alone. The government is stepping up its efforts to retrospectively target everyone involved with Bitcoin. The IRS is hiring 87,000 armed agents with the primary goal of enforcing Bitcoin laws. That implies that even if the rules weren't obvious when you acted, someone is watching your financial transactions and could use them against you. This is especially true if you deal in cryptocurrency. As the Rogers case demonstrated, the government is eager to impose criminal charges without transparency, violate constitutional safeguards like attorney-client privilege, and muddy the waters. As I mentioned before, they are keeping tabs on all of your cryptocurrency transactions. Now it's Roger, tomorrow it might be you. Everybody treats you like a crypto while you're doing a transaction. Although everyone is aware of every transaction going through those exchanges, no one knows that it's even taking place, and many still view crypto as the Wild West. I read, "Hey, look, I got the Uphold card. Someone told me that around 4 months ago when we bumped into each other. I use it now when I shop. To maintain, I take my whole paycheck and shove it aside. Next, I use the Uphold card while I shop, and I try to convey to them that Uphold records all of their transactions. You can expect to receive a letter from the IRS at some point if you use Coinbase or any other exchange that implements KYC and AML procedures." Gensler has been vocal in his defense of the contentious crypto regulatory strategy employed by his agency. As a result of what Gary stated, far too many people have suffered harm. Unfortunately, a large number of individuals have experienced financial losses and have sought redress through the bankruptcy courts. But what if Gary swivels his head to face FTX instead? After that, what transpired? Numerous individuals lost a lot of money when FTX collapsed. It all begins with Gary Gensler, and their money has been stuck in FTX for years. When it concerns individuals being wounded within the crypto community, this guy is quite hypocritical. Seeing my video is an honor. When you're done, hit that subscribe button and let me know what you think.